and a speaker both in English and Tamil. He has taught B.Ed classes for the students both in person as well as in the distance mode courses. He has served as a professor in the Gandhi Teacher Training Institute based out of Peranaikampalayam in the Sri Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya. This Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya was originally started by Mahatma Gandhiji. He is also an ardent follower of the Mahatma Gandhiji, and he has participated various debates both in English and Tamil, in academics and general topics, social topics and all, and he has participated so many pattimandrams. For the past 4 decades, he has participated in various literary functions and presided over various literary activities in Coimbatore and throughout Tamil Nadu. He has widely traveled for this purpose throughout Tamil Nadu and has given a lot of motivation to the students. He has started the first of its kind IAS Academy in Coimbatore in the year 1996, and that was the first one where the IAS Academy is not there in the Congo region. He has spread its wings to the Tirupur also. So in Coimbatore and Tirupur, this CBIAS Academy is being run successfully for making the graduates, making the candidates to become the UPSC and the TNPSC officers. This Dr. Arangogopal is the speaker today. On behalf of the Coimbatore Management Association, I welcome Dr. Arangogopal sir to talk to us and let us give the meaning of success. On behalf of all of us, I wholeheartedly welcome Dr. Arangogopal for this Monday Musings programs that is being organized today by the Coimbatore Management Association. Thank you, sir. Now it is the time for Dr. Arangogopal to start.
Shall I start, madam?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, please.
So you can start, sir. Yeah.
Good evening to all Coimbatore Management Association persons, experts, and on behalf of CBIAS Academy, my special thanks to my brother Anagarai and Madam Chitra. And I'm happy to be with all the interested participants in this platform. The topic given is the meaning of success. Friends, we all believe we are successful people. Yes, we should believe so. There are thousands of reasons to believe so. Even our birth itself is a success. After so many beautiful process, we have got birth. The birth of a child itself is a gift of nature. It is a success. Parents believe. Sir, can you hear me? No problem. Madam?
No problem, sir.
You can hear.
So it's audible, sir. It's
okay,
audible.
very good. Parents believe and feel happy that their child has given them a status in society. Children make them parents. Specifically, ladies feel great pleasure becoming mothers because parenthood is a great recognition, a great attainment, a great success, a great meaning to life. Parents believe their children will bring a real meaning to their life. That's why Valluvar says, Kulal inithu, Yal inithu enba, Tamakkal, Malalichval Keladavar. Valluvar also adds, Indravaludum Perduvakum Tanmaganai, Sandron Enaketadai. The mother who hears her son is called a wise man will rejoice more than she did at his birth. Similarly, Magan Tandikku Aatrum Udavi, Ivan Tandai Innotran Kollanum Sol Valluvar says, that is, a son's reward to his father is to make others prize what penance he must have done to mend such a son. Thiruvallur again talks the success of a father. Tandai Magatkaatru Udavi, Avayithu Mundirpu Chayal. No gift can match No boom excel than making the sun to be with the learned people. Friends, suppose you ask somebody, how are you? How many of us say, I am successful? I am living a meaningful life. Many people don't say so. I'm happy people say, I'm all right, things go well. But how many say, I am successful? I'm successful in my profession, in my business, in my daily life. I don't know why people don't say so. There is no any rule they should say so, but normally we don't say so. But if a person says, I'm successful, it means he has some meaning in his life. Rabindranath, that's why Rabindranath Tagore wants this whole world, this earth itself become a heaven. He prays to God, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where words come from the depth of truth. That is, the mind should be led by forward by them. Into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. Tagore means a very simple prayer with real meaning we can observe. Tagore wants India, the motherland itself, to be a heaven. Thought should not be founded by preoccupations. Normally, we speak with preoccupations. Tagore is against it. If we speak with preoccupations, ego will play a role there. Ego should never be play a role anywhere. Knowledge should be provided without any corruption. And politics, there should not be any corruption, any ego power fields. Truth must be worshipped, corruption must be beaten by the youngsters with clear logic and reasoning. Thoughts must be converted into worthy actions. That is what Valur also says. "கற்றதனால் அவன் பயனில்க, நிற்க அதற்கு தக." So thoughts must be converted into worthy actions. Into that heaven of freedom, I want India to be awake, Tagore says. Usually people think about going to heaven. Once it happened, Mullah Ganizreen, when after finishing the prayer, the Guru of the Muslim Guru asked, all the devotees he asked, how many of you want to go to heaven? Everybody says they're ready, they raise their hands, but Mullah didn't. The Guru asked, why you don't want to go to heaven? Mullah says, sir, I want to go to heaven, but not with these people, he says. So, second thing he says, my wife has told me, as soon as the prayer is over, you should not go anywhere. You should straight away come to my house, he says. Yes, of course, it may be a joke, but there is a meaning in it. Tagore prays not only for himself, but also for the Mother India and the humanity as a whole. Yes, Tagore wants to be a successful poet. A poet also gives a meaning to the successful life. My question is, why there exists corruption everywhere, every counter in life? Yes, why there is corruption? We can discuss it. Why? Somebody can answer. We say omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. But actually, whether God is omnipotent or omniscient, corruption is omnipotent. Corruption is everywhere. So it has become omnipotent, omniscience. The real reason is, yes, the real reason is man is not aware of his worth alone. He is not aware of his worth, his worthiness. Many men don't love themselves. The solution is, yes, the real solution is self love, self respect. Yes, the real solution is self love and self respect. Self love and self respect can give a real meaning of success. If a person doesn't love himself, doesn't respect himself, he cannot love, he cannot respect anybody in this world. That's why our Tirumula says, தன்னை அறிய தனக்கு ஒரு கேடில்லை, தன்னை அறியாமல் தானே கெடுகின்றான், தன்னை அறியும் அறிவை அறிந்தவன் தன்னையே அர்ஜிக்க தான் இருந்தானே. Very beautiful poem. Everybody should follow this. Once a man, that is the meaning is, once a man knows himself, he will be very much happy, useful, peaceful to himself as well as to the society. Otherwise, he will be a burden. He will be a harm to himself as well as to the society. Nowadays, many of us, not all, many of us are mad after money, power, and position. Almost everybody is got into this vicious circle. That is why struggles, stress, enmity everywhere. Friends, how many of us are willing to earn ethically? It's a big question. I have been asking myself also. How many of us are willing to earn ethically? A big question. Ends should not justify means, Mahatma Gandhi says. Many people, many you see throughout the nation, many ministers earn a lot and they are behind the bars. Mahatma Gandhi says, ends should not justify means. Life message, it is his life message also. Mahatma Gandhi said, my life is my message. Like I will ask a question. How many of us can boldly say, my life is my message? Why we are not able to say so? அரிது அரிது மானிடராய் பிறத்தல் அரிது அவை பேசுகிறார். Yes, one of the greatest mysteries of life is we are born with bliss in our we are born with bliss in our being, but we are not aware of this greatness. There's a great fact. We take things for granted as if we already know everything. We are ready to go to the Himalayas, even ready to go to the moon in search of bliss, in search of happiness, in search of peace. But we are not ready to travel inside ourselves. Yes, we are not at all ready to travel inside ourselves. Without going in, we simply ask, what is there inside? We are not at all traveling, but simply ask, what is there inside? That's why we are ignorant of ourselves. That's why Socrates says, know thyself. Yes, know thyself. These two words contain all the wisdom of life. Friends, let's understand, in knowing ourselves, all is known. Yes, in knowing ourselves, all is fulfilled. In knowing ourselves, all is achieved. So, we must understand all successes, all meanings should begin with from the families. Yes, naturally, it should start from there. We celebrate Children's Day every year. Do we celebrate children? Do we really love children? Do we respect children? Are we ready to learn from children? Once, Tolstoy is sitting under a tree in a park. A young girl, child, 4 to 5 years of age, comes near him. She asks, Grandpa, why are you sitting here simply? Why don't you play with me? With a kind heart and smiling face, Tolstoy plays with her, plays more than an hour. Then he says, Papa, it's time for me to go home. I have to do some other work also. Let me come again. And he says, where's your house? The girl thinks that Tolstoy may come to her house. She curiously asks, Sir, Tata, can you come home now? Are you coming? Tolstoy says, sorry, my granddaughter, I'll come some other day. When you go home, you tell your parents that I have been playing more than an hour with Tolstoy, a grandpa. The girl surprisingly asked, why should I tell your name to my parents? She asked innocently. Now Tolstoy says, just tell your parents, they will feel happy. Immediately, the child says, Grandpa, you also go to your house. Tell your parents that I have been playing with a small girl, Mary, for more than an hour. Let your parents also feel happy, she says. Then she goes off. But normally, people will not take this incident as seriously. Tolstoy reaches his home and writes in his diary, that small girl Mary opened my eyes of wisdom. She opened my eyes of enlightenment. Yes, she opened my eyes of wisdom. She opened my eyes of enlightenment, he writes. How many of us will behave like this? How many elders, parents, teachers have the mind as Tolstoy had, as Tolstoy's heart had? Friends, if one of you see me happens to meet in a public place, it's a frank question. Suppose you are not, many of you have not seen me. Suppose you happen to see me in a public place or in a function. You introduce your spouse along with your family. With you, will you introduce me? Yes, madam. When you happen to see me elsewhere, will you introduce your family, spouse, children to me? Can you hear me? Another? Madam? Hello?
Yeah, sir.
Can you hear
Certainly.
me?
Yeah, it's audible, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you
Yeah.
introduce me if you happen to see me elsewhere in a function? Will you introduce me to your family members?
100%, sir.
Very good, thank you. At that time, looking at your spouse and kids as a civilized person, I must say, or I am supposed to say, sir, madam, Your kids are so lovely. They seem to be brilliant. They will become great personalities. My best wishes, I should say. Am I right, madam? Am I right?
100%. You're right, sir.
Yes. If, on the other hand, looking
Mm.
at your members, if
Yeah.
I say, sir, madam, are these kids yours? They don't look so. Are these kids yours? They don't look so. If I say so, what will you do?
We'll get disappointed.
Disappointed? So
Exactly.
won't you beat me? At
Yeah,
least
sir.
hold me? Won't you? Okay,
Exactly,
naturally
sir.
it happens. But the beautiful Lebanon poet Khalil Gibran says, your children are not your children. Yes, your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. It is a longing of the life. Of course, they have come through you, not from you. You should mind this line. They have come through you, not from you. They are with you, but they don't belong to you. They are not your properties. Give them love, not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. They have their own dreams. They have their own wings. Let them fly high. At any cost, you you don't impose any of your thoughts on them. You don't have any right to. This is what Khalid Gibran says. காய்கள் இயல்பாக கனியட்டும் மொக்குகள் இயல்பாக வளரட்டும். He can take the things in such a manner. This message of Khalid Gibran is a great message. Every parent, every teacher, every one of us understand this. My question is, how many of us, parents as well as teachers, provide them such a freedom? I have seen many parents, teachers beating their children. In spite of so many rules in favor of the children, they beat. How dare we do so? We beat the children. We abuse the children. We discourage the children. So how is it justice? Usually I say wherever I speak about children, ஒரு குழந்தையை பார்த்து உன்னை அடிப்பதல்ல உன்னை அடித்து விடுவேன் என்று சொல்லுகின்ற உரிமை கூட யாருக்கும் கிடையாது. உன்னை அடித்து விடுவேன் என்று சொல்லுகின்ற உரிமை கூட யாருக்குமே கிடையாது. Once it happened, a fifth standard class teacher, the class teacher enters the class and she tells the students, my students, lot of people work hard, parents, teachers, your servants work hard to give you good education, good life. Everybody is important. Everybody must be respected, loved. You must be grateful to all of them. All are equally important. But sometimes we say, I like my father than my mother. I like my mother than my father. We speak so. It's not correct, but we speak so. Now I ask you to draw the picture. The teacher says to students, now I ask you to draw the picture of the person whom you love most. Of course, though it is not correct, but the teacher tells them to find out their psychological nature. She says, you draw the picture of the person whom you love most. So everybody goes there. Some students draw their father's picture, mother's picture, grandpa's picture, like that. But one student, maybe from PG or from CBS Academy, one student did not draw any picture. But at law, the teacher asked, what about you? Why don't you? Why are simply standing? She asked a student. The student says, Madam, I will draw at the end. Then at the end, the girl student, a small girl student, she goes and draws a hand. The teacher asks, whose hand is this? The child says, it is your hand, madam. It's my hand. Why did you draw my hand? She asked. The child says, teacher, I was actually playing on the streets like an orphan. One morning, I looked at you. You seemed to me as a teacher. A teacher means at the very first sight itself, they must resemble to be teachers. The student says, I thought you are a teacher. I said, good morning, madam. You just expressed a smile. That was a contagious smile, infectious smile. I came near you. You caught my hand and then took me to the school. So it is your hand that took me to the school, to education. It is your hand that taught me how to draw. It is your hand taught me how to write. So these things can be done. But of all these things, when I was sad, when I was not cheerful, it is your hand that actually encouraged me and asked me, what is your problem? So that's why I draw your hands, he says. Friends, just think of this intimacy between a teacher and a child, a parent and a child, in between the teacher and the child, and so many aspects we can say. So, our life will be meaningful and successful or not, because encouragement is the oxygen of the soul. Let me share a small incident actually happened in London. A small child, 5 years old, named Avanti, she is in fifth standard. So December for last 31st of December, there was a competition, the musical chair competition. 12 students are running. Only one student from Tamil Nadu. All other students are English students. So at the end, there will be only one chair. As soon as the music stopped, the Indian girl, she goes near the chair. She is almost to sit, but she did not sit. Another the student, that is London girl, she is standing very nearby. Then this girl asks her friend also to come and sit. They sit together. Seeing this scene, the teachers clap their hands and they share the award for both of the students. Then the mother of the Indian girl goes to take her home. The parents, the teachers tell what happened. The mother also feels happy. She takes her kid to home and tells her husband also. The child's father also feels happy, and the father says, "My daughter, I'm really happy. What you've done is great thing. But what made you? Because you have won. But what made you? See, request your friend to come near you." He asks. Then the girl says, "Father, she's my friend. She should be happy. That's why I called her up." He says, "My question is, the parents, teachers encourage, the mother encourages, the father encourages. If they discourage, நீ ஏன் வந்து அந்த பொண்ணை கூப்பிட்டு போற வச்ச, நீ ஜெயிச்சிட்டியல என்று சொல்லி இருந்தால், what would happen? Yes, the children. So we should learn from nature. We should encourage the good habits of the children. That's what I want to share. That girl's name is Avanti. Her grandfather's name is Dr. Aranga Gopal. Can you hear me, madam? Hello? Hello?
Sir, it's audible. It's audible, sir.
Good. Thank you.
It's audible for everyone, sir. Yeah.
Very good. Encouragement, as I told you, encouragement is the oxygen of the soul. You should encourage kids. Then a 7-year-old father, 7-year-old boy, along with his father, meets a psychologist. The father says, "Sir, which is the right time to teach values to the kids?" The doctor asks, "What is the age of your son?" The father says he is 7 years old. Then doctor says, "Sir, already you are 7 years late." We understand the things. So we should start the teaching ethics, good manners right from the young age, even from the birth itself. Let me share another incident. Once it happens, or 4 or 5 families go to a park along with their kids. They play there more than 1 hour. Then they have to return home. One child comes to her car along with your family, and one madam, the mother of the other child calls her, "தங்க இங்க வாடா" அப்படின்ட்டு ஒரு பிஸ்கட் பாக்கெட் கொடுக்குறாங்க. The child looks at his mother. The mother says, "Okay, get it." Then again she comes to her car. Again another mother calls the same child. She gives an apple, but she hesitates, looks at her mother. Her mother is not willing. Anyway, okay, you get it. She, with their half mind, she says, "Okay." Then another mother also calls her. But now the mother is not giving permission. The child doesn't take the thing. She comes and she sits in the car. As till they reach home, the mother did not speak even a single word to the child. As soon as the girl came out from the car, the mother began to beat her. "What nonsense you have done! உனக்கு என்ன வாங்கி தராம இருக்கேன், எல்லாம் வாங்கி தரேன், ஏன் இப்படி நீ பப்ளிக் பிளேஸ்ல மானத்துக்கு எடுக்கிறேன்னு சொல்றான்." The child could not say anything. Simply she sits in a corner and weeping. Again the mother comes and again she beats. Now how can I understand you? Because I get all of the things you need. But why you behaved so? She asked. Now the child says, "Mother, I'm not able to understand you. How can I don't know how to understand you?" Then the mother asks, "No, what are you going to? What do you mean? What is your understanding?" She says. The child says, அம்மா முதல்ல ஒரு அம்மா எனக்கு வந்து பிஸ்கட் கொடுத்தாங்க, வாங்கிட்டேன். ரெண்டாவது ஒரு அம்மா வந்து ஏதோ ஆப்பிள் கொடுத்தாங்க, வாங்கிட்டேன். மூணாவது அம்மா எனக்கு கொடுக்க வந்தாங்க. நான் என்ன நினைச்சேன்னா, நம்ம கார்ல பழம் இருந்தது, நீங்க எடுத்து அந்த குழந்தைக்கு கொடுப்பீங்கன்னு பார்த்தேன். ரெண்டாவதையும் கொடுக்கல, மூணாவது முறையும் கொடுக்கல. நான் உங்களை எப்படி புரிந்து கொள்வது? How can I understand you? In what manner should I understand? She says. The mother becomes speechless. So we must understand children have good habits. They should be encouraged properly and tuned properly. Unfortunately, it is not done. In an MBA class, Bharata University, I asked a question. I was teaching behavior science, behavior of the people. I asked a question: what is the nature of children? One lady married. She stood up and said, "Sir, children are mischievous." Another lady of the same age, she said, "Sir, children are selfish." Similarly, another lady, "Sir, children are narrow-minded." Then I said in the class, "Friends, please listen. I ask about the children's nature, but they talk about their husband's nature." There was a laughter in the class. So, the real nature of the children is innocence. From Polachi is a Kavinyar. He tells, எப்ப வேண்டுமானாலும் ஞானியாகலாம், எப்பொழுது குழந்தையாவது. எப்பொழுது வேண்டுமானாலும் ஞானியாகலாம், எப்பொழுது குழந்தையாவது என்று கேட்கிறார். Parents should set examples. You must have heard of Buckminster Fuller. Have you heard of friends? Buckminster Fuller, a Nobel laureate. He has, without any graduation, he has got 45 doctorates. 45 doctorates. His philosophy is, if you want to do any change, create new models. Don't fight with the old models. Once it happened, he was interviewed by a pressman. They asked, what is the reason or secret behind your success? He says, when I was a small child, I was hungry. My mother was away. So there was milk in the fridge. I went there and took the milk bottle. Unfortunately, it fell down. So milk was in the floor. அப்போ அந்த அம்மா வராங்க, அப்படியே மில்க் பால் அப்படியே தரையில் குட்டி கிடக்குது. அந்த அம்மா பாக்குறாங்க, குழந்தை திட்டவே இல்லை, முகத்தையே மாத்திக்கல. அந்த அம்மா சொல்றாங்க, தங்க இங்க வாடா, இந்த பாரு இந்த பால் வந்து எவ்வளவு ஓவியம், அழகான ஓவியம் போட்டிருக்குவா தரையில அப்படின்னு சொல்றாங்க. The boy could not understand. Then she says, so இப்போ வந்து தரை வந்து இப்படி ஆகி போச்சு, நம்ம தரையை கிளீன் பண்ணிடலாமா அப்படிங்கிறாங்க. Along with the boy's help, he cleans the floor. Then she actually takes an empty bottle, fills the bottle with water, and keeps the bottle in the fridge. And he trains her. The lady trains her son how to take without damaging, without any disturbance. So he learns a lesson from the mistake also. Then the boy says, that Buckminster Fuller, he says, for all my success, the lesson I learned from your mother when I was a child helped me a lot, he says. So similarly, insider Isaac Rabi, I suppose, I believe many of you know this. In 1944, Nobel Prize, he got Nobel Prize for physics. He is interviewed by pressmen. They ask, what is the secret of your success? You have come to so much heights. What is the secret? He says, when I was a student, I was asked by mother. Many mothers will ask the students, what did you learn today? What is the homework? In the part in the homework. This boy says, Isaac Rabi says, my mother usually asks, what is the new question you asked to the teacher? இன்னைக்கு புதுசா என்ன கேள்வி கேட்டான்னு கேட்பாங்க. That made me a question myself. Then I could get this prize, he says. Similarly, you must have heard of Kailash Satyarthi. Anybody, my friends? Have you heard of Kailash Satyarthi? A Nobel Prize laureate in 2014. He is from Madhya Pradesh. He was a man fought for children's rights. He rescued many children from forced labor, gave scholarship to them, and to complete their education. He says every child matters. Then he is given, in 2014, he is given Nobel Prize. He says, very good, this is the real meaning of success. He says, I wonder whether I have done enough service to get this award. Can anybody say, will anybody say like this? So we have seen people jealousy of others' improvement, others' prizes, awards. But he says, I wonder whether I have done enough service to get this award. So there are people like this, we should appreciate them. He has given scholarship for the children to complete their education. This is what our Bharati says. Annasathiram Ayiram Vaital, ஆலயம் 10,000 நாட்கள், பின்னருள்ள தர்மங்கள் யாவும் பெயர் வழங்கி ஒளிரை செய்தல், அன்னசத், இது எல்லாத்தையும் விட அங்க ஒரு ஏழைக்கு எழுத்தறிவித்தல் கிரேட்டுங்கிறார். வயிற்றுக்கு சோறுடல் வேண்டும் பேசுறார். வயிற்று பலகல்வி தந்து இந்த பாறை விட்டுட வேண்டும் என்பது பாரதியோட ஒரு இது. These are all meaning for success. Throughout the Bharati's poem, you can hear the word வையம் வையம் வையம். நாம படிக்கிறோம், காணி நிலம் வேண்டும்னு சொல்றாங்க. காணி நிலம் கேட்கும் போது கூட எனக்கு என் அருகிலே பத்தினி பெண் ஒருவர் வேண்டும், எங்கள் பாட்டுத்திறத்தால் இவ்வையத்தை பாலித்திட வேண்டும் பேசுறாரு. திரௌபதி துரியோதனனுக்கு அந்த டீம் சேலைய நமக்கு தெரியும், அந்த கலாட்டா தான் தெரியும். அப்பொழுது பார்த்தா நிறைய பேர் சொல்லும்போது பார்த்தாங்கன்னா, கண்ணனை அழைத்தார், கண்ணன் துணி எடுத்தார், கண்ணா என்னை காப்பாற்று என்று அந்த திரௌபதி வேண்டினார் சொல்றாங்க. அப்படி இல்லை. அவர் சொல்றா, கண்ணா மணிவண்ணா எனக்கு துணிதா என்று கேட்கவில்லை. அந்த பெண், அந்த அபலை பெண் எனக்கு துணிதா என்று கேட்கவில்லை, வையகம் காப்பாய் கண்ணா மணிவண்ணா அப்படின்னு கேட்கிறார். வையகம் காப்பாய் கண்ணா மணிவண்ணா, அதாவது ஒரு பெண்ணினுடைய மானத்தை காப்பாற்றுகின்ற பொழுது வையத்து மானத்தையே காப்பாற்றுவதற்கு ஒப்பாகும் என்று பேசுகிறார். இது போன்ற சிந்தனைகள் தான் த ரியல் மீனிங் ஆஃப் சக்சஸ். வள்ளலார் நமக்கு தெரியும், வள்ளுவர் தெரியும். வள்ளுவர் சொல்றாரு, இறந்தும் உயிர் வாழ்தல் வேண்டும் பறந்து கெடுக உலகிற்றியான். வள்ளுவர் அதுக்கு தீர்வு சொல்றாரு நமக்கு தெரியும். நா காமராசன் ஒரு கவிஞர் சொல்றாரு, ஒரு ரா பிச்சைக்காரிக்கு வி ப்ரொவைட் அப்கோர்ஸ் ஃபுட். நா காமராசன் ஒரு கவிஞர் சொல்றாரு, ரா பிச்சைக்காரி பற்றி சொல்றாரு, ரா பிச்சைக்காரியே என் உயிர் தோழியே, எல்லோரும் தனக்கு மிச்சமானதை உனக்கு போடுகின்றார்கள். ஆம், எல்லோரும் தனக்கு மிச்சமானதை போடுகின்றார்கள், நான் உனக்காகவே சமைக்கிறேன்கிறார். ஸோ ஹவு மெனி ஆஃப் அஸ் வில் டூ திஸ்? இதெல்லாம் வள்ளலாருடைய குரூப், வள்ளலாருடைய பேரன்னு சொல்லலாம், வள்ளுவருடைய பேரன்னு சொல்லலாம். அதனாலதான் பாரத சொல்றாரு, வயிற்றுக்கு சோறுட வேண்டும் இங்கு வாழும் மனிதருக்கெல்லாம். 1330 திருக்குறளும் அருமையான திருக்குறள். எனக்கு மிகவும் பிடித்த குறள், பகுத்துண்டு பல்லுயிர் ஓம்புதல் நூலோ தொகுத்தவற்றுள்ளெல்லாம் தலை. எல்லாம், all the things, the greatest thing is that is sharing things, sharing food, sharing views, sharing concepts, etc. So we can do that, then we can believe that we have become successful people. We can give a meaning for success. Friends, we know Abraham Lincoln. He writes a letter to his son's class teacher, a beautiful letter. Yes, everyone, not necessarily teachers, parents, everybody should read this letter. He writes, dear teacher, you know, life requires faith, love and courage. Life requires faith, love and courage. Please take my son by his hand. Please teach him everything he has to learn, but gently. Yes, teach him everything he has to learn, but gently. Teach him that for every enemy there is a friend. In this world there are enemies, but every enemy there is a friend. Give him that confidence. Teach him to have faith in own ideas. Teach him it is honorable to fail than to cheat. What a message in the sea, my friends. Teach him it is honorable to fail than to teach. Teach him wonders of books. Also the extreme mystery of birds. Make him hear the voices of the birds in the sky, the bees and the flowers. Please make him, there is education, there is life outside the classrooms also. Please make him not to follow the crowd. Let him be unique. Teach him the earning legally, ethically 10 cents is this very important point I like very much. Teach him earning legally, ethically 10 cents is more than $1. Yes, it's more than $1. ஏமாற்றி சம்பாதிக்கிற 5 ரூபாய் விட உழைத்து சம்பாதிக்கின்ற 1 பைசா மேல் என்று சொல்லிக் கொடுத்தா எப்படி இருக்கும் பாருங்க. How many of us teach so? How many of us set an example so? Another important aspect in the whole world, the meaning for success Lincoln gives. After 18 major failures, Lincoln becomes the president of the nation. So in his maiden talk, he just begins his maiden talk. One Senate member from opposition party asked, Lincoln, which is your caste? The ஜாதி என்னன்னு கேட்கிறார். அவருக்கு ஓட முடியல, spell bound. Maiden talk just 5 minutes, 7 minutes. But usually people won't talk like more than that. But in Tamil Nadu, Annadurai, when he was MP in Parliament, he gave a talk, maiden talk, more than 1.5 hours. Nehru, who was enjoying his talk in the lobby, then people asked Nehru, The press reporters ask, what do you think about C.N. Annadurai? Nehru says, the learned man, the Pandit Nehru says, don't think that Annadurai is an ordinary man. He is an emerging history from South. Annadurai proved it. So similarly, Abraham Lincoln giving his maiden talk, he just starts, ladies and gentlemen. Immediately, a Senate member, opposition party asks, what is your cause? Then a ruling party person, Senate member stands up and says, Mr. Lincoln, you cannot hide your cause. Of course, we know your cause, but you tell from your voice. Because the shoe that I am wearing now is made by your father to my father, he says. Lincoln could not stand. He simply sits and tears roll down. Then another person like our Suchitra madam, she says, Lincoln, out of jealousy, all these people talk all this nonsense. Now you are the president. You please proceed. Now Lincoln stands up. He says, clearing his face with the kerchief, he says, yes, I'm happy that you have, in this maiden talk, I have forgotten to mention about my father. I'm happy that you have reminded me about my father. Of course, my father was a woodcutter. He was a field worker. He was a cobbler also. So he will go to, along with other people, he will go to the fields. So during lunchtime, all people will take a nap, a simple sleep. By my father training this equipments, he will teach me LKG in the field itself. So my LKG started there. Mamuti எல்லாம் clean பண்ணிட்டு மம்முட்டியில கறிக்கட்டி எடுத்துட்டு ஏபிசி எழுதி காமிப்பாரு. My LKG started there. I have forgotten to mention about him. So thank you very much. Then he says, my father has made a shoe to your father. Is there any damage in it? He asks. Then other man says, no. Then please give me the shoe. If there is any damage, I will do it. Or if you are ready to sell, I will get it, he says. The man who criticized him goes out. Then after the session is over, pressman asks those people who wanted to criticize our Lincoln, they are asked, sir, you did, actually you wanted to degrade him, but he did not mind it. What do you think about him? The press asks. They say, people like Abraham Lincoln are not made up of blood, bones, muscle like us. They are different. They are made of different metals, they say. Then they ask Lincoln, sir, say they do all nonsensical things, but you did not lose your balance. How come it is? Lincoln says, I have come to this chair after 17, 18 failures, major failures. I have come to this chair not to enjoy the power of this chair. I have two ambitions in life. One, I should eradicate poverty. I should eradicate caste system. That's why I have come here. Moreover, democracy is by the people, for the people, of the people. Before I tell this, the great Greek people explained to me this. So I believe I want to be a democratic man. Then again, important message he shares to the world is, நீ என்ன ஆயுதம் எடுக்க வேண்டும் என்பதை உன் எதிரி தீர்மானிக்கிறான், அவன் தீர்மானிக்க கூடாது, நீதான் தீர்மானிக்க வேண்டும் என்று மார்க்சியம் பேசுகிறது, he says. So the opponent should not decide your weapon. You should decide. Weapon does not mean the sword or something, anything. So if for anything, if we respond or react, it makes to the other level. If we respond, things will be easy. If we react, things will go from bad to worse. So we must learn these lessons from Lincoln. Then a more important thing I want to share, Upanishads. I don't know how many of us read Upanishads. There is a beautiful prayer for the world or for people of the world. There is a beautiful poem. The poem says, oh my Lord, lead me from darkness to light. Oh my Lord, lead me from untruth to truth. Oh my Lord, lead me from death to deathlessness. This is a simple practical prayer, but a certain amount of science is required to realize this prayer. That science is meditation. Close your eyes and listen to your breath is the message. Friends, can I ask you just for 2 seconds, close your eyes and do what I say? Madam? Hello? Hello?
Sir?
Hello? Can
Yes,
you hear
sir.
me?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Just 2 seconds. You please close your eyes.
Okay.
Then listen to your breath. When you inhale, please say, I love me. When you exhale, please say, thank you. Can you do it for 2 seconds?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. When you inhale, you say, I love you. I love me. Exhale, thank you. My question is, whom did you thank? I love me, the meaning is obvious. Thank you, to whom we thank. Should this
Prabanjam.
very good. It's a very good right answer. Once we practice this, we can see our beauty, our inner beauty as well as the outer beauty. We can modify this poem, this Upanishad, to be more meaningful like this. Oh Lord, take me from darkness to more light. Take me from untruth to more truth. Take me from deathless to more deathlessness. Friends, uh, we know perfection has no end. Success has no end. It's an everlasting process. We know success is not final. Failure is not a fatal. We know success makes the world know us, but failure makes us know ourselves. Success makes the world know us. Failure makes us know ourselves. Once you understand this concept, you can do a lot of things. You might know this, Brian Acton. Yes, my friends, we know this name, Brian Acton. Brian Acton. He is the man behind this WhatsApp. So he says, don't judge the moment. Be grateful to setbacks. Speaks Brian Acton, the founder of WhatsApp. Brian Acton was working for Yahoo. He applies for a job at Twitter. He is rejected in spite of his field experiences and skills. Next, he applies for a job at Facebook. Facebook also rejects him. Now, without any hesitation, he posts his failures on social media. He never complains anything or anybody. This is a very important thing. If somebody rejects us, we feel sorry and we feel blames. But he never complains anything or anybody. He honestly expresses gratitude for the opportunities he was given. Now he says, now I am able to connect with me, with many fantastic people of the world. Is the brain behind what apps, WhatsApp? He speaks like this with confidence. This is what our Valdavar says. "Hidukkan varungal nakuga," laugh at the troubles. Then there are chances, he says. Friends, we know there are we must have heard about the word Kaizen. Kaizen. Yes, many of you might have heard, many of you might have been practicing. The Kaizen means continuous improvement every day, everybody, everywhere. Continuous improvement everywhere, everybody, every day. Is it possible? Yes, definitely possible. Because perfection has no end. Success has no end. It is an everlasting process. Once we understand this concept, life will be more beautiful. Life will be more successful. Life will be more meaningful. Life will be more harmonious, more singing, more dancing. Thank you very much. Madam. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I have finished.
You have finished, sir. Okay.
Yes.
The participants, do you have any questions, please?
Yes. Questions welcome. If possible, I will answer. Otherwise, Suchitra madam will reply. Yes. Friends, please ask any question. If possible, I will let me reply. Madam, even you can ask any question.
First preference is to the participants, sir.
Okay. Let them proceed. Yes, please. Yes, I welcome. Hello. Madam, seems no question.
Seems no question, sir.
Is it in the talk was useful?
Yeah, sir, it was very much useful. The
Oh,
speech
any
was, the
சொல்லுங்க
speech
சொல்லுங்க.
was, yeah. It was quite excellent, sir. Couldn't express in words. So we all thank you a lot for the time spent to us, and also it was a good speech, sir. So thank you. Thanks a lot, finally, sir.
Thank you for
Yeah.
all the members, especially for Anadri and Chistara madam, for giving me an opportunity to share something I know with you all. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
all.
Thank you. Bye bye, sir. Bye bye. See.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.